Right now, your organization is paying an invisible tax. Now, when I say tax, this is not on your balance sheet, but it is costing you probably 20%, 30% of productivity in your business, in your organization. Here's the reality. Most organizations hire for skills, but they fire for behavior. You've seen it, I've seen it, we all have seen it, where the technical guru comes in who destroys team morale, or you have the manager who comes in whose style is so misaligned that your best people are quietly quitting, sometimes not even telling you. My name is Dellonville Samuel, and for almost 20 years, I have watched organizations treat culture as a soft metric while their bottom line suffers. Today, we're moving beyond the sandbox. I'm going to show you the importance of using behavioral analysis as a hard diagnostic tool to blend your workforce strategy with your organizational development strategy. And finally, to stop the leak in your return on investment. Now listen, as business leaders, as HR managers, as team leads, you most likely have experienced that frustrating paradox where you hire a candidate with a flawless resume and a master of their technical craft, only for them to get in and 6 months down the line, they are out of the organization just because they don't fit the culture of your organization and they could not even lead the team. We have a global epidemic in the workforce where we hire for skills, but we fire for behavior. When your workforce strategy, that is the who and the what, is disconnected from your organizational development strategy, that is the how, then there's a problem because you aren't just facing a personnel issue, you are facing a structural failure that is quietly eroding your bottom line. Here's the impact on the bottom line. When we talk about organizational development, it is not just about getting along like most people think about it. It's about resilience, the environment, things the people work with there must be shared value. When you have personality differences and they are misunderstood, they manifest in friction. Now, friction leads to cultural debt, which is unresolved conflict, slow decision making, and high performer burnout. Every time a leader misreads a team member's behavioral drive or a team leader fails to harness the diverse personality in the room, you lose money. You lose in recruitment costs. It's cost 2-3 times more than it is to hire new people than to get new people to grow. You experience loss in intellectual property and in the quiet quitting that happens when people feel misunderstood. Now, resilience isn't just about bouncing back, it's about having a team that is so behaviorally aligned that they don't break in the first place. Now, this is where behavioral analysis becomes a strategic lever to help you. It's not about putting people in boxes or overanalyzing their personality. No, it is about predictive intelligence. This is where Dellonville Global Associates, it's where we come in. We come in to help organizations, probably potentially like yours, to move from personality clashes to personality synergy by understanding the inherent behavioral drivers of your workforce. We help you, one, to optimize leadership. We help your leaders to adapt their various styles to the actual needs of their teams rather than using a one-size-fits-all approach. We help you to architect your teams, placing stabilizers where precision is needed and placing accelerators where growth is needed. We help you to build organizational resilience. That's by creating a common language where differences are seen as assets to be leveraged rather than obstacles to be managed. You see, what we do here is so important because our work with organizations is a deep dive into your human operating system. And we don't just provide reports. Some people say this is just about report, personality test just about report. No. What we do, we provide an alignment strategy. We work with HR managers and business owners to blend your talent data with your business goals. We look at the gaps in your leadership pipeline and the friction points in your operation. And then we use behavioral tools like DISC and others, not as the answer, but as a diagnostic lens to see where your organization is leaking energy. We don't just teach people about themselves. No, that's not what we just do. That we go beyond that. We help you to develop a leadership culture that is robust enough to handle any market volatility. Now, if you think your workforce strategy and your OD, that's your organizational development strategy, aren't perfectly aligned, and your organization isn't just inefficient, it's also in danger. Now, you could be efficient, but just need to improve. Now, let's help. Every day you delay, you are subsidizing failure, and you are paying high performance salaries for low velocity friction. You are watching your best talent walk out the door because your skill based hiring is fundamentally blind to behavioral realities. Now, stop the bleeding. You can. Stop hiring for resumes and firing for friction or for behavioral dissonance. I'm looking for leaders who are ready to move beyond the sandbox and to move into the arena of serious performance architecture. Now, here's the next step that might be helpful to you potentially. Invite us into your table for an executive lunch and learn. Let's talk to your team completely. It's complimentary, free of charge. We will show you and your team the invisible bottlenecks currently slowing down your growth. But we won't stop at lunch and learn. We are going to work with you to deep dive and see where we can understand the differences in behavioral patterns and styles of the people that work with you, to raise a team's performance and re-architect your organization to be as behaviorally resilient as it is technically skilled. And I think that is worth taking a look at, especially when it comes at no extra cost. Now, your competitors are already optimizing the human capital. The question is, can you afford to keep paying the invisible tax of neglect? Can you do that? So if your answer is no, click on the link below or contact us and get in touch with us. Let us work with you to help build a more behaviorally aligned organization. Thank you very much for taking the time. My name is Dellonville Samuel. Until I come your way again, I need you to go on succeeding, becoming a better version of yourself, and for your organization to continue to grow. Bye for now.